half, and now they charging you double the price when you could have had both if you just would have got a regular chicken.
I know that's right. It's straight divide and conquer. Same old, right? We're coming up on an election year, trying to teach people to cut their own food in half, their relationships in half, their paychecks in half, just so that the profits can increase. And let's not even talk about what happened to the tip, because we know a real chicken wing doesn't have 2 parts, it has 3. So where did the little 3 tip go? How are you going to enjoy the whole wing if it's missing the tip? Is that the part that ends up in dog food, animal food as like animal parts and, protein meal and all those suspicious ingredients? Where does it go? I know it doesn't go in the trash. Waste not, want not. Is it liquefied? Is it part of what gets reformed into those mysterious chicken nuggets? I need to investigate. Vice News or somebody needs to get to the bottom of it, because how do you take 1/3 of the chicken wing and put that in your pocket and then charge full price for 2 halves of what's left? And it's only what's left. It's not the whole chicken wing. We know that, right? That little wingtip, it is mostly gristle, but I like to gnaw on it and get all the flavorings off of it. And some of us are not so wealthy that we don't gnaw on all of the gristle, all of the skin, all of the flavorings, and even crack the bones open with our teeth. I know some of our friends in the Caribbean are very skilled at doing exactly that. Waste not, want not. You sacrifice the life of an animal, you might as well respect it enough to get all of the food value out of that poor departed soul. But if you are not ready to be a vegan or vegetarian, certainly consuming animal flesh responsibly is your responsibility. But I don't understand how you can get your gnaw on, really get in there, if they have excised a good part of your chicken wing project, right? Some of us don't eat these things in public. We eat them either in the car, on the go, but we have the privacy that we can really roll up our sleeves and get in there and get all the food value, all the protein, all of the nutrients out of that chicken wing. But now we've been deprived, and I don't know who is going to do exactly what about it, but I certainly thank this original poster for raising my consciousness. Once again, we're being shortchanged. We've seen what's happened to the detergent bottles that has these odd shapes, and then it seems to have a chamber inside, so when you pour out all the detergent, you can still hear detergent in there rattling around. And no matter what you do, you can add water, you can shake it, you can never quite get the last drops out of that detergent bottle. What evil scientist designed that? Because it wasn't always that way. Oh no. Furthermore, we've all seen the rise in the inflated potato chip, tortilla chip, puffed cheese puff bag, where there's 1/3 product, 2/3 air. Who okayed this? And then that little message about contents sold by weight, not volume, may have settled in transit. Even if you go to buy your hip hop chips, even if you go to buy your vegan chips, it's the same situation. 2/3 to a half of the bag is nothing but air. Let's get our boomers and our Generation X people to speak on this phenomenon, because we've seen a change where the higher price nets you even less product. No one's interested in paying for half to 2/3 of a bag of air. That is something strictly for people on the internet who are buying certain, shall we say, racy celebrities' farts, or they're buying you know, air from the Jersey Shore or something that's more likely to be a hoax. Yes. But the chicken wing scandal, I mean, I'll certainly be available to go investigate. There is a Wingstop opening a stone's throw down the Ave, and the lines are going to be long. The people are going to be inebriated, and it's going to bring out not only a lot of mayhem and crowding, but there's going to be endless numbers of chicken bones discarded on the street, and that is going to make the dogs who are on a leash and off the leash try to eat them up. You're going to see a lot of owners trying to do some Heimlich maneuver on their pets to get those mystery bones out of their pet. It's going to be a literal mess, and it's going to lead to conflict between pet and owner, because who can resist the siren call and indeed the scent of delicious, flavored, fried chicken? Not me. I've tried with the vegan Chinese food, and I do enjoy Morningstar Farms, especially their breakfast preparations. I think that Quorn, Quorn, has some tasty things. Even Gardein, but I will tell you, if you leave them in the freezer too long, they dehydrate and they become unrecognizable and inedible, much more so than regular animal flesh. And that's definitely a negative, because you're going to lose your investment, especially if you buy a bunch of them on sale. Some of them do last quite well. I find that the Morningstar Farms, their veggie burgers are, when you don't want to cook, you don't have time to cook, and you delight yourself by finding one in the freezer, you can always get it ready and then have a satisfying, quick vegetarian vegan meal. But it's not like they're cutting the thing in half and only giving you half for the full price, right? We have to draw the line somewhere, or else this corporate greed is going to continue and keep taking away segments of our wings until what? They're going to sell them by the half of a wing quarter. What are they going to call it? A wing? I don't know. What do you call it? 50 Cent? Is 50 Cent going to come out and endorse these half of a half wings? And again, no one is accounting for what happened to the wingtip. What happened to it? Where did it go? Is it in some sort of, what do they call it? Slurry? Or what is that pink goop that they make hamburgers out of at certain fast food restaurants? Pink slime? Did it end up in a chicken version of pink slime? I'm outraged. I'm incensed. But trust this platform to bring you the important food news that you need to know before you go into Wingstop innocently, or any of these Buffalo Wild Wings, various wing places around town and country, and the fix is already in. They've already taught you this language, this flats and whatever, to fool you into thinking you're getting more of what you want. And what you really want, what all of us really want, is the whole thing. We want all of it. Wing. One word, one wing, 3 segments, all mine, for the price of one. I marvel at people who can just stick it in their mouth and out come clean bones. I've never quite been that person, but maybe with practice. I have learned that wings are pretty keto in terms of, if you don't put a lot of sugar sauce and extra breading, it actually can help you achieve your diet goals. There is some fat in the skin. Some people like the skinless chicken. If I'm going to have chicken, I want the whole thing. I don't want part of it. I don't want pieces of it. I want to consume all of it out of respect for the poor chicken. Feel free to disagree with me, but that is my thought